Okay, so basically, I don't know, I just wanted to talk to you guys because I felt like there was so much stuff piled, like words, like things that I wanted to say piled up inside of me, and I don't know, I just like didn't really have a way to express it properly and to let you guys know. And turning on like Insta and being able to talk to you like this is kind of like, well, the only really way that was possible right now. It still feels kind of weird talking to you guys at this time of night because I should be well asleep. It's like 5 in the morning. Yeah, it's almost 5. Okay, I actually jotted some stuff down that I wanted to say because, as some bunnies may know, it takes some time for me to properly process what I want to say before they are put into words. And, well, I don't know, you can think of it like as an extra thick filter that my words have to pass through before they are actually being said. And there is a reason for this. I'll get to that later. But, basically, I made a promise with myself recently. I made a promise with myself to break free from a kind of shell that I built around myself. That's the most, I don't know how else I can explain it, but yeah, I want to break free from this kind of wall shell that I built around myself. And I think this was like built in the time of when I started off as a trainee, and then from the time before I met MINJI 대표님. And okay, if I just like tell you everything, if I go into detail, okay, I'm gonna go into detail because, you know, this is something that's important to me and is important for us in a way. Okay, so back when I was a trainee, I was kind of like ignorant of how I felt in a way. So there were times where like deep down I knew something was wrong, but then like I forced myself to believe that that was normal, and like, you know, everything that's happening is very much normal in a way. And I remember being so cautious of like all the rules. I remember being so cautious not to break all these rules that you had as a trainee. And then I realized, like looking back now, that a lot of these rules, please don't crash on me live. Please don't do this because I don't want this to like be lagging or anything. Yeah, so there were all these rules, and then I realized afterwards that like a lot of these rules didn't have much meaning. And for example, and these are just like little things, you had to leave like a message before you were able to go to the toilet, and this was even in free time. And you were constantly being watched over when you were in the practice room. So you didn't have much freedom at all. I also actually remember, this is kind of weird, but I remember having to take pictures of what I ate before I was actually able to consume it. And I had to send them pictures to our manager, and she would have to check it. Anyway, there were lots of like little things. And the reason that we had to follow all these rules this is how I felt. The reason that we had to follow all these rules was because otherwise we felt like we weren't going to be able to fulfill it. We weren't going to be able to debut. We felt that they were just going to cut us if we didn't obey all these rules. And even now, sometimes I think I haven't like gotten past that mindset in a way. So yeah, it may not be for the other members, but it is for my case. And this, of course, like very much changed when I met MINJI 대표님. I remember her being like also extremely shocked when she heard about our life as a trainee. I remember thinking, like, why would they use this kind of system when in fact it deprives us of creativity? And I'm not sure, like, it could be just because it's been passed down through the industry. Like, that could be the reason. And it also could be just because the people in control at that stage just wanted it to be easier to take control. So, yeah. Anyway, so through like having many, and when I say many, I mean many, I had many deep conversations with my mum. Was only after, having all these deep conversations with my mum was I able to realize the situation and understand what that time actually, how much of an effect it had on me, really. Yeah. Sorry. I was trying to okay. I wasn't actually like I wrote a lot of stuff down that like I was feeling because I just couldn't get to sleep. I don't know what, like I just couldn't get to sleep. So I started just like writing down how I felt and what I was going through, and then I never thought I was going to say all this. I didn't think that I was going to be talking to you guys like this about my past, because it takes a lot of courage for me to, really go into detail about that time. So, yeah.